Gaffer, 3 points here against Peterborough United. How do you assess the game this afternoon?
I thought it was a top performance. I thought from minute one to right to the last minute, I thought the players were at it, committed to the game, pressed really well, trusted each other, no disconnection, played at a pace that the opponent found difficult to maintain, and scored 2 good goals, had loads of chances to increase the lead, but delighted with the clean sheet and just the way the players went about it. I thought it was probably one of the most complete performances we've had since we've been here.
Where does that rank, like you say, most complete performance, but where is it ranking the performances since you've been here?
Honestly, I'm struggling to think of a more complete one, from minute 1 to minute 90 against a very good team in really good form, with lots of good players and a good manager. So, I just thought, and we've had a difficult spell, which has been really testing of our sort of our courage and our commitment to what we want to be, and to answer that, and just really enjoy game football. That was a brilliant game to watch. I'm sure the players enjoyed playing in it, and it's sort of the blueprint for what we want to do going forward, really.
And how proud are you of that courage shown when you look at the results Peterborough have had of late, our run of results, to stand up to the challenge today? Yeah,
look, I think we've got to give ourselves a chance, and the only way you do that is understanding what you are and then committing to it. And we spoke to the players this week about them choosing what sort of team they wanted to be, and I think they gave themselves and myself the answer with that performance today. It was so intense, so aggressive, so creative. We kept a clean sheet and hardly conceded anything, but it was more because we were just constantly on the attack. And I thought that was our best form of defending. And if we can maintain that sort of performance from now to the end of the season, then we've got a chance of being competitive every week. But we're going to play many good teams, including obviously Tuesday, the next one. But that's the challenge we've got to face, and I think we've got a squad that's capable of maintaining their levels.
And you look at the fact you've given the players the choice of what team they want to be. They've shown that today. That just shows the accountability in the group, doesn't it, and the responsibility they all have.
Yeah, look, I think it's not a one-man thing. I can choose what we want to be, but if the players don't believe in it and they want to do something, or they feel more comfortable doing something else, then I'm all ears, and we'll create a team that they fully commit to. But I asked them the questions, it was up to them to answer, and I think they've done that today with that. I spoke to Max yesterday, and he said there's only one team we want to be like, and we want to be a fast and ambitious team, and we saw that in every action that we had today. I thought that some of the football was magnificent, and when we just showed them a comparison, a few things last week, which wasn't a bad performance, but there was spells where we were really slow and safe, and I think we're better when we go for it, and I think today proved that.
How pleasing was that first start today, scoring within 5 minutes after recent weeks have probably been chasing the game away, Tom?
Well, look, I think the goal was deserved because of the way we started, but if we don't get it, and sometimes scoring can sort of slow your game down, and even when we were 2-0 up at the end, we weren't trying to see the game out. We were taking quick throws, we were taking quick free kicks, we were still going, and that's why I'm going to use that as a blueprint going forward, because it's hard to play against. It's extremely hard to play against. We trained like that on Wednesday. We had 11v11 in-house, and both teams played like that because we've got a really good squad. And I pulled them at the end and I said, imagine playing against that for 90 minutes. That's how tough it can be, and I think we showed that today.
After the lads shown that today, the challenge is to find that consistently now, isn't it, going forward?
Yeah, but I think we have to give credit to the opponents and how they go about things, and sometimes you can get knocked off your stride. There's loads of good teams in this division, loads of good managers, so you have to overcome what the opponent did. We played against two shapes today, because they played the first half in what they wanted to do, and then the second half they matched it up, went man for man, and we still overcame that. So that's got to be sort of a learning process for us. So even though the opponent are going to do this A, B, and C, we can still do what we want to do. But we just have to find maybe a slight way of doing it. But we can't completely change our way of being as a team. And so I think today was A, great 3 points, but B, something to build from going forwards.
Is that a very good example of why we focus on ourselves? Like Peterborough, you said, play two different systems, but it didn't make any difference on the game.
No, that's it. Honestly, we've got a way of playing. We've proved it so many times. And when we show them clips about us playing, or in possession, or when we're pressing, it's against several teams. We will show them several teams, 7 formations, that we play against. But it's still the same aspects, still the same principles, and it will work if you commit to it. But if you don't commit to it, forget it. It don't matter what tactic you got. If you don't commit to it fully, and I mean fully, because it's a competitive division, you're going to be found wanting. I think just in recent games, I think our confidence has been hit a little bit by the running results after being so successful in the first part of the season. But I've never questioned the lad's character to work hard on the training pitch, to sort of not give in. We've seen that even last week, 2-1 at Luton. We'd never give in. But you need a bit more than that if you want to be successful on a consistent basis.
That character was shown again today. Not disappointed to only score into half-time 1-0. Came back out straight away, got the second goal.
Yeah, I think, that was my only concern at half-time, that it was only 1-0 at half-time, because, games can change at half-time with the momentum and different tactical tweaks by the opponent. So that was a concern for me. But I thought the way we started the first half, I think we've learned from negative games or negative results, and made the decision not to allow that happen again. And it was a really dominant game. I think one of the most dominant games since we've been here. And like I say, I really enjoyed watching it. I love watching the players when they go like that.
Back at home on Tuesday in Stockport County, another big occasion. Over 21,000 tickets sold already. It's going to be a special occasion for the lads to get their teeth into.
Yeah, look, I think it's brilliant. Sort of idea from the club to generate it again on a Tuesday, because it's difficult. We know people working week and all that sort of thing. So, the 20-odd thousand that we get here week in, week out is great to see. We love playing in front of it, and you saw the reaction, all the way through the game. They loved watching that game today. So, if we can keep giving them that sort of stuff, then we know the love and affection is going to come back our way.
And to have another big game just so soon after a performance like today must be really pleasing for the lads to get back into it again.
Yeah, look, they're going to have to recover because they put a lot of energy into that game. But look, we've got a good squad. We've got a competitive squad. We can make changes, to maintain a level similar to sort of this stage of the season, last season, when we had lots of games in quick succession, and we used the squad wisely. So we'll have to look at that. But if you play a game that and play like that, you're going to want to play the next game as well. But we have to understand that. The physical commitment we have to put into a game is hard to maintain, but I think we've got a fit group, and we'll see what they produce on Tuesday. How
important will the strength in the whole squad be when you look at the players that were even left out of the matchday squad today to potentially come back in and stuff?
Yeah, look, I feel crap on a Friday, to be honest, when name the matchday squad, and leave good players out and great pros who train so well. But it's part of the core. If we want to be successful, we have to have a competitive squad, and I really believe we have that. We played 11 on Wednesday, and there was paper thin between the two teams. The actual performance, and so if they can control their frustration, understand their frustration, if they want to speak to me, I'm all ears, or any of the staff. But as long as they have that respect for their teammates, then we'll do good things, as we did last season with a competitive squad. And but I think I know the characters we have in the building, and they'll do just that.